Hello and welcome back. I didn't super prepare for what I'm going to be talking about today. I kind of just want it to flow, for it to be like a flow of consciousness type of video. It may cause me to have to edit more than usual, but whatever, it's fine. That's my choice. So I kind of wanted to just talk about just being more conscious and aware of what you're feeding your mind and your soul. I'll get into what you're feeding your body in a different video, in a different day. But just being more conscious of what you're feeding your mental state and your metaphysical state, your soul, who you are outside of this vessel. And I just wanted to kind of share my story or my experience with me shifting from following certain accounts on social media and then unfollowing them and following ones that align more with me and my path and my truth. So I noticed a huge shift when I unfollowed accounts that weren't really serving any purpose for me. Just like accounts of celebrities, like accounts of extremely biased political stances and beliefs, ones that were just really far on one side or the other. So after I stopped following celebrities and these super biased accounts, I was able to, and this isn't a problem for everyone. I know this about myself, that in the past I tend to be a very easily influenced person, but easily just swayed in order to, in the past I would tend to agree with people just to avoid conflict, and in doing that I wasn't holding myself up. I wasn't holding my truth. I wasn't standing in my truth. I was agreeing just to agree so that I had friends. And slowly but surely I'm realizing that by doing that I created a false sense of self, a false sense of identity. I identified with whatever my closest friends identified as, and I mean, not with everything. There are obviously some things that I do know are my own and that I hold as my own, and I still stand in because they are truly things that I align with personally. But I realized that just by wanting to get along with people, wanting to agree with people, I was getting further and further away from who I was. And so I decided to cut these out so that I could discern what was mine and what wasn't mine, because I am a very loving person, and so having any kind of conflict gave me so much anxiety. So instead of dealing with that anxiety and speaking up and saying hey, I don't agree with you, I would just completely avoid it and then just be yeah, yeah, that's true, yeah, of course that's true, because you believe it and I love you and I don't want to upset you because I love you. So I definitely am someone who did that a lot before this whole quarantine, because when this quarantine happened was when I distanced myself from people, from the the TV, from so many things. And I really spent a lot of time with myself, and I was able to realize and see how much of what I was keeping wasn't mine. It was those of the people that I love. And if you're there, that's okay. I was there for so long. A lot of people are there, and a lot of people don't even realize it. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that I was giving up who I was in order to please other people, in order to not upset them. But it's a hard realization to have. It's almost like it's similar to an ego death, because it's kind of losing a part of your identity and realizing what parts of you are you and what parts of you aren't. So you're losing parts of who you thought were you, which never were really you. So in that sense, it's easy to let go of those things that don't truly align with you, but at the same time, it can be hard. It can be lonely when you realize that a lot of the things that you thought were kind of like your structure, like your foundation, like when that gets shaken up, that's scary. And it's really mind opening and heart opening to realize that maybe the things that you told yourself that you believed weren't actually the things that you believed, because you believe something else that actually aligns more with you, that aligns more with your truth and your path. So I just wanted to share that, because I feel like it can help someone. There's a reason I'm being called to share this, I think. I think that that it's more common than we think to hold ourselves up to a certain place that people are expecting us to be at, especially if you know, we love like our friends and stuff, and they're like holding us at this, I guess just holding us in a certain place that we may not necessarily be in. Like, that's not our true place. But that doesn't mean that you are losing friends or whatever, unless, you know, they decide that they don't want to associate themselves with you anymore. That's more of something that they decided. It's not really anything to do with you. For them, it has to do with you, but truly it has to do with, you know, that's their choice. That's what they want to do. So if that's what they want to do, let them. Don't beg for someone's friendship if they aren't able to see past the fact that you are not your beliefs, and that you are at your core a loving person, a person who will bend over backwards for their family and friends, a person who will always be there to listen to them, no matter, you know, without judgment. Don't chase people like that. Don't chase don't chase people who don't appreciate your energy, because it's not helping anyone. If they're not appreciating your energy, then they're blocking off from you, and there's no energy exchange. You're giving and there's no receiving. And that's how you get sick, I believe. That's how, you know, mentally you get sick, physically, spiritually. So make sure that you're holding up relationships that are beneficial to both recipients, to both people who are in them. there's an exchange of love, there's an exchange of understanding, there's an exchange of non-judgment. I think that that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Thank you so much. And don't forget to like and comment on this video. Subscribe to me if you're not already, if you want to. And then if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new video, then hit the notification bell. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.